Good day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video we're going to be taking a look, basically, to cut a long story short, at hunters, and hunters are getting quite a lot of changes, which I think is fine. Hunters is one of those classes that can tend to feel the same for a long period of time, and so whenever they get a lot of changes, I think it's for the better, especially if it's adds a bit more complexity to the class and allows them to kind of function a bit more in the direction and manner that you probably want them to. At least, that's my opinion. So hunters, obviously padded armor, survival of the fittest gains an additional charge, Kodo Tranquilizer, tranquilizing shot removes up to 1 additional magical benefit from its target, Devil Sword Tranquilizer, tranquilizing shot removes only an enrage effect, its cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. So tranquilizing shot obviously getting a bit of love. It is something that's a lot more difficult for new players to use, but improving it is very important because it is something that is crucial for raids. Like, it is one of Hunter's main utilities, the ability to remove certain buffs and buff effects. It's very important. Scout's Instincts, you cannot be slowed below 80% of your original normal speed while Aspect of the Cheater is active. That's okay. Back in the day they used to have a glyph for Aspect of the Cheater that would just prevent you from being dazed, and it would just be great. Scrappy, casting aim shot reduces the cooldown of intimidation, binding shot by 0.5%, so it's just a way to help with your utility skills. If you are solo playing and questing, obviously. New talent, Kindling Flare, stealth enemies revealed by flare remain revealed for 3 seconds after exiting the flare. This is a great one for PvP. New talent, Unnatural Causes, your damage over time effects deal 10% more increased damage. This effect is increased by 50% on targets below 20% health. So this is also just a nice little flat buff to your darts. New talent, Moments of Opportunity. When a trap triggers, you gain Aspect of the Cheater for 3 seconds. That doesn't feel very impactful. Maybe for PvP, because obviously, like, then Frost Trap might trigger, Binding Shot might trigger, or something. You want the movement speed to get away. No Hard Feelings. When misdirection targets your pet, it reduces damage they take by 50% for 5 seconds. So this is good for emergency raid situations, emergency just solo play situations. I think it's just really, really good stuff. Territorial Instincts, casting Intimidation without an active pet summon. Without an active pet summons one from your stable. That's cool, just in case you are someone who, for some reason, doesn't realize their pet's been defeated. Taco to binding shots, root durations increased by 1 second. It's helpful for PvP. Serrated tips, you gain 5% more critical strike from critical strike sources. That's a good one, especially if you're playing Marksman. Moments of Opportunity, when a trap triggers, you gain Aspect of the Cheater for 3 seconds. Isn't that the same? They've done that twice. Yeah, that's very weird. Ghillie Suit, you take 20% reduced damage while in camouflage. This bonus persists 3 seconds after leaving camouflage. Okay, that's fine. Again, I think that's a bit more PvP related for me personally. Specialized Armor, Kill Command, Aim Shot, Mild Firebomb damage increases by 10%. So this is fine. Flat DPS upgrade that you can take. Blackrock Munitions, the damage of explosive shots increased by 8%, so an AoE upgrade. Implosive Trap, hurls a fire trap towards the target location that implodes when an enemy approaches, causing fire damage and knocking all enemies up. Limit 1 choice node with high explosive trap. So this is a new trap, looks pretty cool as well. Could be useful for PvP, could be useful for PvE. It really depends on how the explodes knocking all enemies up mechanic works. If it works as a stun, it's able to knock up mobs and elites, and that could be very useful for certain situations. Lone Survivor now also reduces counter shot and muzzles cooldown. That's fine, because obviously if you're playing Lone Survivor with no pet, having the ability to interrupt and things like that you would have maybe had with a pet, etc., is probably for the best. Improved tranquilizing shot. Survival of this now reduces all damage you and your pet take by 30%. Was 20%, that's fine. Improved tranquilizing shot now also grants stem focus when you interrupt and effects with counter shot of muzzle. Quick load now resets the cooldown scatter shot and bursting shot. Steel trap damage reduced by 80%. Quick load reducing the cooldown is pretty cool. Born to be Wild now reduces aspect of the cheetah. Survival of the fittest and aspect of the turtle by 30 seconds was 7 and 15%. Steady shot cast time reduced to 1.65 seconds was 1.75 seconds. Explosive shot now explodes early when applied to a target that's really affected by explosive shot. Explosive shot projectile and explosion visual effects have been updated. Barrage, Kill Command, Improved Kill Command, Killer Instinct, Alpha Predator have been moved to the Beast Mastery talent tree. Barrage, Master Marksman, Hydra's Bite have been moved to the Marksman's talent tree. Kill Command, Alpha Predator have been moved to Survival talent tree. Bursting Shots now Choice Node with Scatter Shot. The following talents are 1 point: Improved Traps, Pathfinding, Wilderness Medicine, Natural Mending, Rejuvenating Wind. Following talents have been removed: Sentinel Eye, Sentinel's Perception, Sentinel's Protection, Serpent String, Poison Injection, Stampede, Beastmaster, Arctic Bolar, Nature's Endurance, Serrated Shot, Steel Trap, and Death Chakram. I think overall, the overarching changes seem to be a bit of just a neatening up for Hunter. You know, I think for me, they look like solid changes. Nothing looks like it's too negatively impacting. A lot just look like nice little buff choices and just better cleaning up of their talents without creating confusion or overarching abilities, and just focusing on the utility basis of a Hunter, which I think overall is really, really good. So yeah, let's take a look now at Beast Mastery. So Laceration, whenever your pet critically strikes, it causes their target to bleed, so that's fine. Go for the threat, Kill Command and deal increased critical strike damage equal to 100% of your critical strike chance. Okay, cool. Venomous Bite, Kill Shot applies Serpent Sting for 12 seconds. Venomous Bite, Bloodshed damage bonus increased by an additional 15%. And makes Kill Command deal 20% increased damage to the target. Shower of Blood, Bloodshed now hits 2 additional targets near the primary target. Basilic's Collar, each damage over time effect on your target increases damage you receive from your pet's attack. Huntsmaster's Call, every 3 casted diabetes sounds then the Horn of Valor, summoning either Hati or Fenrir to battle. Hati increases damage of all your pets by 8%, and Fenrir pounces your primary target, inflicting a heavy bead that deals damage over time over 8 seconds and grants you 10% haste. Explosive Venom, every 5 casts of Cobra or Multi-Shot makes your next Multi-Shot or Explosive Shot applies Serpent Sting to up to 5 targets. Bloodshed has been updated. Command your pet to tear into your target, causing your target to bleed for high damage over 18 seconds and take 15% increased damage. So before we continue, let's just talk. There's a lot of dot happening here, so it's very clear they're trying to establish some kind of dot build. So critical striking causes bleed. Kill Command, okay, increases critical strike damage, that's fine. Kill Shot applies Serpent Sting. So that's applying 2 forms of dot over time. Bloodshed damage bonus is increased by 15%. Again, more just accessibility from the bleeds. Bloodshed now hits 2 additional targets, spreading the bleeds. Every time your over the time effects hit the target, you increase your damage done. Okay. Fenrir now hits a bleed, increases haste. Explosive Venom, more dots. Bloodshed, more dots. So it's just establishing more of a control to application of dots, and obviously maintenance of dots. And so far it seems fine. Remember, this is for Beast Mastery, so Beast Mastery traditionally has had a lot of its damage come literally just from the skill Kill Command. So having the ability to apply more dots gives them more stable damage, and I think so far none of this seems inherently bad. Just trying to find a way to create a different avenue of damage for Hunters. Murder of Crow is now passive, has been updated. Every 5 casts of Kill Command summons a Murder of Crow. Murder of Crow no longer resets its cooldown if the affected target dies. So this is fine. Again, this is similar to, there was another ability early on that we spoke about, where they just removed the effect of it resetting upon death. And, you know, this is mainly because what was happening was players were just waiting and using it for like 2 seconds, and then resetting it to use it for 2 seconds, and they weren't getting the full uptime on it. It was keeping the ability locked away because players didn't want to manage that uptime, that cooldown, any of that. So it's a good change. Barrage, Kill Command, Improved Kill Command, Killer Instinct, and Alpha Predator now Beast Mastery talents was class. Killer Instinct now deals 25% 50% increased damage against enemies below 35% health. Barrage now also grants Beast Cleave. Bestial Wrath initial damage increased by 208%. Kill Command damage increased by 8%. Dire Beast damage increased by 10%. Now grants 20 focus. This is good because Dire Beast, which is something not really working. War Orders now properly grants 50% chance to reset the cooldown of Kill Command. Improved Kill Command is a new icon. Many 2-point talents now 1 point. Following talents have been removed. So Beastmaster basically becoming a lot more steady damage. More dots, more steady damage, more cleave, more bleed, more critting, better stuff. Just more consistent damage from the pet and from yourself as a class through all the dots. Still maintaining your spike on Kill Command, so more than fine. I think this keeps Beastmaster in a good space. Beastmaster was in a good space and a nice easy class. This adds a little bit more complexity to it, so you can improve your damage through understanding your dots, but doesn't remove the easiness of it, which is still applying Kill Command and using your pet to do damage. Next we have Marksman. So Marksman, really quite interesting. I am a Marksman main, so Marksman for me is definitely one of the ones that I for one do really like to play. So I'm interested to see how difficult or how good the changes are going to be. So Marksman, obviously new talent, Rapid Fire Barrage. Your barrage now instead shoots rapid fires at up to 5 nearby enemies at 30% effectiveness, but it has its cooldown increased to 60 seconds. So they're fiddling with barrage again. They are always fiddling with barrage. It's just one of those things. They really try to make it better or worse, and it's always difficult to tell. This seems like it's better, but we'll have to see. Small Game Hunter, the damage of multi-shots increased by 75%, and damage of explosive shots increased by 25%. So AoE improvement talent's more than fine. Penetrating shots gain critical strike damage equal to 40% of your critical strike chance. Kill Zone, your spells and attacks deal 8% more damage and ignore line of sight against any target in your volume. So this is nice. LOS removal is always cool, so I think that's great. Eagle Talent's True Focus has been redesigned. True Shot lasts an additional 3 seconds. During True Shot, aimed shots focus cost is reduced by 50%. Arcane and multi-strike costs an additional time at 30% effectiveness, which I think is pretty cool. Hydra's Bites has been redesigned. When the aim shot strikes an enemy, effectively shows Serpent Sting. It spreads Serpent Sting up to 2 nearby enemies. Serpent Sting's damage over time is increased by 20%. Killer Accuracy has been updated. Kill shots, critical strike chance, and critical strike damage are increased by 20%. Razor Fragments has been updated. Kill shot damage increases to 75%, was 50%, and moved to gate 3. Razor Fragments has been updated. Yeah, this one seems a bit iffy. This one in practice we're going to have to see how big an effect it has. Because like what it's done is it's increased kill shots damage but made it a bit more finicky to use. So it's something I think we're going to have to see in practice. Legacies of the Windrunner has been updated or redesigned. Each time rapid fire deals damage, there's a 5% chance to coalesce a wind arrow at your target. Wind arrows damage are increased by 300%. They're no longer affected by aim shot modifiers, no longer grant focus or aim shot charges after firing 24 wind arrows. So this should technically, I believe, proc off of Rapid Shot Barrage. each time rapid fire deals damage. This should proc, I believe, which is a very big change. Wailing arrows has been redesigned as now passive. Now replaces your aimed shot with a wailing arrow after generating 20 wind arrows. Wailing arrow only silences a primary target, and it now benefits from bonuses to aim shots such as trick shots. So they've just kind of changed how it works. Wind arrows are no longer affected, but now instead of just having wind arrows affected, instead you get a wailing arrow, which will do more utility and more considerable damage. Seems okay. Readiness now causes True Shot to immediately grant you Wailing Arrow, and you generate 2 additional wind arrows while in True Shot. Wailing Arrow resets the cooldown of Rapid Fire and generates 2 charges of Aim Shot. Barrage, Master Marksman, and Hydra's Bite are now Marksmanship talents, was class. Lone Wolf's reduced to 5% increased damage when you do not have a pet, was 10%. Rapid Fire damage increased by 2%. Arcane damage increased by 13%. Aim shot damage increased by 10%. Trick shot ricochet damage reduced to 65%. Precise shot now always grants 2 stacks, reduces the focus cost of your next multi-shot or arcane shot. Multi-shot focus cost increased to 30. Many 2-point talents are now 1, and bursting shot was moved in the class tree. So, looking at marksman, like, in its own way, I think the changes are okay. I think they're trying to solve... Listen, Marksmanship Hunter is a problem that has no real answer that can be easily solved. The concept of a hunter as a class is inherently a simple thing. Fire arrow, hit enemy. And so constantly reworking things like barrage and that is to try and add gameplay mechanics to really a class that lore-wise and thematically it's always difficult to give gameplay mechanics to. I think there's less incentive to not have a pet. I just don't see the reason for a 5% boost to not have a pet when a pet probably accounts for more of a boost. So they're definitely trying to push still having a pet as a hunter, which I think is the right thing to do. Pets and hunters are kind of their thing, and the arrows. So removing pets just never felt right. A lot of the other changes are pretty decent. I will say probably for me that I think, I just think there could be a little bit of inefficiency that's been added in now. But we'll have to see. I think marksmanship, I would probably say, got left the same from a performance point of view overall. So yeah. Now we're going to look at Survival Hunter. This one's had a lot of changes. So Survival Hunter, pretty big stuff. Self-aligned pockets, every third quick shot's replaced with an explosive shot at 100% effectiveness. Grenade Juggler, Wildfire Bombs deal 5% increased damage, 25% chance to also cast an explosive shot at 100% effectiveness. Explosive shot reduces the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb by 2 seconds. Exposed flanking strikes expose weakness in your enemy's defenses, causing it to strike 2 additional targets at 100% effectiveness and causing kill command to hit 2 nearby enemies for 10 seconds. Reapplying Serpent Sting spreads up to 2 nearby enemies, Outland Venom. Each damage over time effect you have on a target increases critical strike damage they take. Merciless Blow. Casting Butchery makes your next Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite hits up to 3 nearby enemies. Sikkim Kill Command has a 15% chance to reset the cooldown of Kill Shot, making it usable on targets regardless of health and striking up to 2 additional targets. This chance is doubled during Coordinated Assault. Symbiotic Adrenaline, the cooldown of a Coordinated Assault is reduced by 60 seconds. The Coordinated Assault now grants 3 stacks of Tips of the Spear. And finally, Relentless Primal Ferocity. While Coordinated Assault is up, Kill Command generates 2 stacks of Tips of the Spear. You gain 10% haste, and Tip of the Spear damage is increased by 50%. Almost all of these talents are to improve AoE damage. Like, almost every single one is to improve damage, but also to improve AoE damage. So, self-aligned pockets, you get more explosive shots. Grenade Juggler, explosive shots will also allow you to... Wildfire Bombs also give you more explosive shots. This also helps you reduce your Wildfire Bomb. So just more AoE, more AoE, more AoE. Flanking Strike, 2 additional targets, more AoE. Contagious Reagents, maintaining of dots, more AoE, spreading up to enemies. Outland Venom, okay, this is just a flat DPS buff. Merciless Blow, more AoE. Kill Command, more AoE. More AoE. Symbiotic Adrenaline, okay, that's just a flat buff. Primal Ferocity, also just a flat buff. So lots of the talents are pushing towards AoE. Survival had a little bit of an AoE problem, so this makes sense, allowing players to kind of pick up a little bit more assistance in that area, which I think they do need. Mastery Spirit Bond has been redesigned. You and your pet deal increased damage and take 3% reduced damage, increased by 100% when you are within 25 yards of each other. So yeah, that's pretty good. Tip of the Spear has been redesigned. Kill Command increases damage with your next non-pet spell by 15%, stacking up to 3 times. You now consume 1 stack of Tip of the Spear at a time, and multiple stacks of Tip of the Spear no longer increase its damage bonus. So this is just a way to basically allow you to spend as you get, rather than waiting, which I think is fine. It means just your flow of combat and button pressing is a bit better. Flanker's Advantage has been redesigned. Kill Command has a 10% increased chance to immediately reset its cooldown. Tip of the Spear's damage bonus is increased by up to 30% based on a critical strike chance. Spearhead has been redesigned. Your pet charges your enemy target, applying a heavy bleed that increases your chance of critical strike. Spearhead visuals and sound effects updated. So all of this, is just built off the fact that they want you to use the pet, they want you to use Kill Command, they want you to use Kill Command and consume Tip of the Spear, and just use this flow of combat more standardly, rather than holding it down and trying to use it, every now and then. Deadly Duo has been redesigned. The cool head of spear down is reduced by 30 seconds, increase of chaos. That's also part of that as well. So yeah, I think overall the changes there have been pretty good. Viper's Venom has been redesigned. Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite apply Serpent Sting. This is okay, just more spreading of Serpent Sting. Aspect of the Eagle has been redesigned. Increases the range of your Raptor Strike and Mastery. Spirit Bomb, Spirit Pond. 240 yards for 15 seconds. This is okay. Just allows you, if you're in a fight where for whatever reason your pet is spread or you need the extra range, you can choose to do so. Bombardier has been redesigned. Casting Coordinated Assault grants 2 charges of Wildfire Bomb. When Coordinated Assault ends, your 2 next 2 explosive shots are free and have no cooldown. So that's pretty good. Ruthless Marauder has been redesigned. Wildfire Bomb cooldown reduction effect is now 1 second by default and no longer is increased by that second talent point. Coordinated Assault has been redesigned. You and your pet charge your enemy, striking them for combined physical damage. Your pet's bondage then strength for 20 seconds, causing you and your pet to deal 20% increased damage. While Coordinated Assault is active, Kill Command's chance to reset cooldown is increased by 15%. So it looks like you're going to have kind of 2 main kind of game design changes for survival. One is Wildfire Bomb, explosive shot. Throw your bombs, get explosive shots, do lots of AoE damage. The other one looks like it's going to be basically Kill Command. So use Kill Command, spread Serpent Sting, use Kill Command, spread Serpent Sting, cause more damage. It's interesting. So those seem like the 2 mediatory gameplay loops that they're kind of trying to design here for your hunters. So yeah, where were we? Wildfire Infusion has been redesigned. Mongoose Bite and Raptor Strike have 10% chance to reset cooldown. Kill Command reduces cooldown of Wildfire Bomb by 0.5 seconds. So you'll apply Serpent Sting, you'll do Kill Command, you'll do Spear Tip, you'll do damage, then you'll throw Wildfire Bombs and explosive shots for AoE, and then reset that whole rotation. Quick Shot's been updated. 30% chance to fire an Arcane Shot when you cast Kill Command. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Bloody Coils has been updated, now also causes Kill Command to extend the duration of Mongoose Fury. It's also fine, just falls in line with what I said earlier. Kill Command and Alpha Predator survival talents. Harpoon is learned at level 14. Aspect of the Eagle is now learned at 23. Coordinated Assault initial damage up by 60%, Butchery damage up by 100%. Lunge no longer increases attack range. Wildfire Bomb now costs 10 focus, and its damage over time is now rolling periodic. Explosive Expert now reduces Wildfire Bomb cooldown by half a second. by 1 to 2 seconds. Explosive shot now benefits from and consumes tips of the spear. Flanking strike damage increased by 40%. Generates 15 focus and generates 2 stacks of tip of the spear. Bombardier now uses an activation overlay. Many 2-point talents are now 1 point. The following talents have been removed: Carve, Coordinated Kill, Birds of a Prey, Intensive Focus, and Sharp Edges. Cool. So basically, they've established a new rotation for survival. They've made it so that it just functions at a better level. You have your kill command, Serpent Sting, rotationary aspect, and this is going to reduce all of your cooldowns and bring you to the point where you're going to wildfire explosive shot a lot faster, and just kind of go like that. So AoE, trigger, explosion, dot over time, bam, switch back, single target rotation, kill command, Serpent Sting. It looks good. I think it's all good changes for survival. I think it's definitely creating a new playstyle for them, which I think they needed. So I do hope it works out fine. We'll have to see in the suggestions, simulations, how people perceive it and how it's actually performing. But that's it from me. Bye.